Alright, given the free time that we now have, it's a good time to get started on this guitar lesson. I'll not play it through because it's a 3 minute long solo, but it's a difficult one to teach for definite. Maybe a bit difficult to learn, I don't really know. But we'll give it a go, and if you need another video done, I'll do that, no sweat. Hopefully the string doesn't break here because obviously guitar shops aren't open. But anyways, so obviously the end of the last one I ended on that, so I taught you that already. So then the next part is obviously the solo onwards. So you start off on the 4th fret of the G string, and you want to bend. You start from like a 1 string bend, or a 1 fret bend, and then you're going up to a 2 fret bend, and you keep dropping it, and you're playing a harmonic at the same time. So it's like that, and you play it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, like that, and then 5th time you do that. So it's like, and then you play 2nd fret of the E string, high E string. So it's like, so like that. And you want to play that over a few times. 4 times you play it through. The 4th time you're doing like, that's where it changes, the 4th time. So then 3 other times you're grand. So then to do that, you're just playing obviously the same as usual, and then you play 5th fret of the B string, so like that, 2nd fret E string, 5th fret of the B string. So then you pluck a 2nd time on the B string and you slide up to the 7th fret, and then you pluck the 7th fret again on the B string, hammer off, do 2 hammer offs, and you pluck both times that you put your finger on the 7th fret of the B string. So it's like, see what I'm doing? Then you're staying on the 7th fret of the B string. You're doing a hammer off onto the 5th fret, and then you play the 6th fret of the G string. Bear with me, this will be super difficult to teach. So it's like that, but you play it pretty fast. So it's like that. So 7, 5 of the B string, then 6th fret of the G string, and then 7th fret of the B string. Alright, so it's like, so you play it like that. It sounds slurred, but it's grand. Then you play the same thing, like, but then this time you're playing the 7th fret of the E string, high E. So then 3rd time you're doing, so it's just a hammer off from the 7th to the 5th of the B string, then 7, 5 on the high E string, but you're plucking both 7 and 5 on the high E string. With the B string you just do a hammer off. Then you do a hammer on from the 5th fret to the 7th fret of the B string. Then you do a hammer on and off, same 2 notes, 5th and 7th of the B string. Then you do 6, 5, 4 of the G string. Then 2nd of the G string. So it's, then you do a string bend on the 4th fret of the G string, but you go from the 2-string bend or 2-fret bend. So you just release it to the 2nd fret, and then you do a hammer off. You pluck the 4th fret of the G string, then hammer off the 2nd, then 4th fret of the D string. So it's like, Yeah, that's it. Then it's a hammer-on from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret of the D string. Then it's 4th fret of the A string. And then it's a hammer on the knob pretty fast from the 2nd to the 4th of the D string. So like that. I'll play it all very slowly so that you can see what you're doing. So it's like. So like that. If you want to see it fast, you can just watch my other video, give me a few likes and views. But anyways, okay, so then you're doing an open A string, hammer on 2/4, open B string, hammer on 2/4. So it's like. So that's the part I shall teach next. So it's open 2/4 on the A string, then open 2/4 on the D string. It's all hammer-ons. I'm regretting the fact that I didn't start this video landscape because it is, as you can see, difficult to keep it all in the video. Anyways, so you do. Then it's 2/4 on the G string, and you bend on the 4th fret as soon as you play it. So like that. Then it's 2nd fret of the E string, 5th fret of the B string, and then you hammer off the 2nd fret of the B string. So it's like. Then it's 4th fret of the G string. You're starting from a 2-fret bend. Then it's a hammer off to the 2nd fret, and then a hammer on to the 4th fret. Except you pluck it whenever you do the 4th fret again. So it's like. So like that. Then the next time you're doing it is like 2nd fret, 4th fret of the D string. Then it's 2nd fret, 4th fret of the G string. And then you plug the 4th fret of the G string again, and then you do a 2-fret bend. Then it's 2nd fret of the E string, 5th fret of the B string, 2nd fret of the B string again. So it's like. Then this part's a wee bit tricky. So you start from 4th fret of the G string. You're starting from a 2-fret bend again. So it's like. So going from the bend, release to the 2nd fret, then plot the 4th fret, and then plot the 2nd fret again, all G string. Then you want to pluck the 4th fret of the D string. So it's like you pluck the 4th fret of the D string, then you pluck the 2nd fret of the D string, and then you do a hammer on and off to the 4th fret, and then you pluck the 4th fret of the A string. So it's like. You get me? Then the next part is hammer on and off on the 2nd fret of the D string, and then you play the 4th fret of the A string. So it's like. And you play that twice, and then it's 2nd fret of the G string, and then 4th fret of the D string, and you pluck the D string twice. So it's like. So the second time you're doing it is like. You do them two again. So hammer on and off, 4th fret, 2nd to the 4th fret of the D string, and then down to the A, and you play that twice, and then it's a 4th fret bend. So you start from the bend, then you release the 2nd fret, and then you plot the 4th fret again, G string. Then you're on the 2nd fret of the G string, and you hammer on and off to the 4th fret, and then back to the 2nd. So it's like. And then you slide down 1 fret to the first fret, so it's like. Then you plot the second fret of the G string and then the first fret. And then you play the fourth fret of the D string. So I'll play this part through, so it's like. That's. Yup. Yep. So then, whenever you're at this part, as in fourth fret of the D string, you do a hammer on and off from the second to the fourth fret on the D string again. And then it's fourth fret of the A string, second fret of the A string, fifth fret of the low E string, and then second fret of the low A string. So it's like. That should be grand. So from that, whenever you plug the second fret of the E string, you plug it 2 more times after that. And then you plug the open A string, plug the second fret E string again, and then second fret of the A string. So it's like. Then it's fourth fret of the A string. So it's like. Then second to the fourth of the D string, and then second to the fourth of the D string again, and you're plucking them, and then it's second of the G string, so it's. Yup. And then the second time it's like. So it's like. Second fret of the E string and then open A string twice. So second A string, or second of the E string, open A string twice. Then it's second of the E string again, and then second of the A string. So it's like. Then it's open A string and then second fret of the E string, so it's like. Then it's fourth fret of the A string, second fret of the A string, fourth fret of the A string. Then it's the second and fourth fret of the D string, and then you play the second and fourth fret of the G string as well, and then you slide up to the sixth fret, so it's like. It's simple, but it sounds so nice. So it's whenever you do that slide. So it's you're on the fifth fret of the B string, and then you plug fifth, you plug seventh, and then you plug the seventh again, and you do a hammer off and then a hammer on again. So it's like. The rhythm's a bit weird, so you'll want to listen to it a few times. And then you do a hammer off and on 2 more times. So it's like, this is the initial time. Then it's. Then you're doing 7, 9, and you play it twice, but you're plucking both times, so it's like. Then you do a 1 fret bend. And then you pluck the 10th fret, but you do the 1 fret bend very slowly. And then you play the 10th fret to kind of make it merge on with it. That's the part that's next. So. So what you want to do here is you want to put your index finger on the 10th fret of the B string, and with like, you want to dampen the rest of the strings with one of these fingers, whichever, and you only want to pluck the B string, but you want to like run over the rest of those strings and get that dampened sound. And then so it's 10th fret of the B string, 12th fret of the B string. So 10th, 12th B string. Then you go from the 12th fret bend, then hammer off to the 10th. Then you play 12th. You pluck the 12th fret and you pluck the 10th fret then, and then you pluck the 12th fret again, and then do a 2 fret bend up. So it's so. Then after that, you do a 10th fret. You do the same thing with the 10th fret again for damping them strings. And the 10, 12 of the B string. Then you go from the 2 fret bend, 12th fret of the B string, and then hammer off, and then you pluck 12, and then 10, and then 11 of the G string. So it's like. Yep. And then you're doing a 2 fret bend on the 12 fret B string, and you go from the bend, but it's like that might be more than 2 fret bend. I'm not whatever. It's like so you're doing you're doing that, and then you hammer off, and then to the 10th fret of the B string, and then you're playing the 11th fret of the B string, and it's all very fast compared to the length of the bend. So like that. And then it's high E string, 12 fret bend. So So then after that, you're on the, what time is it? Probably time that I'll wake my neighbours up, but 7th fret of the high E string, 5th fret of the high E string, and that's a hammer off. And then you go 7th fret of the B string, and then 5th fret of the B string, and you're plucking those. Alright. And then you do a high bend, I don't know, like 2 or 3 frets. Yep. Beside that, you should do like a 1 fret bend, maybe 2 fret. Listen and figure it out, just alright. That's my advice. And then you pluck it again, and you drop it down, and then you do a hammer off and hammer on. So it's like. Then you do another of the bends, and you pluck it twice. Then you pluck it again, and you go on the decline this time. Then you pluck the 5th fret of the B string, and then 7th fret of the B string, 5th fret of the B string, and then 4th fret of the B string. So it's like. And then you pluck the 5th fret of the B string, and then you slide up to the 7th. I like messing about and playing harmonics, or sometimes I play it on the G string just a bit higher up. I don't know, it's up to you, just figure it out, whatever sounds best. Then this part, you're on the 7th fret, you want to do a 1 fret bend. So then it's a hammer off and then hammer on again, and you pluck when you hammer on. That's the 7th fret of the B string. Then you want to go down to the 5th fret of the B string and use your middle finger really to lift it up, and then you want to do a 2 fret bend really with this, and then you want to hammer off to the 4th fret and then hammer on to the 5th fret. So it's like 1 fret bend, 2 fret bend. Alright, just mess about with that. Whenever I do the 5th fret play, whatever, I always try a harmonic out. So it's like, and you're playing it twice, so it's like I just played there now. Then you're doing a string bend on the 7th fret of the B string, and you're making it sound a bit ropey. Oh. Like that. And you're trying to drop it. Would help if my guitar volume was on, wouldn't it? Anyways, so you're doing a hammer-on and off from the 5th to the 7th fret, and then you're sliding down one. And then you pluck 5th fret of the B string, 4th fret of the B string, and then 6th fret of the G string, like that. Then you're doing a hammer-on and off from the 4th fret of the G string to the 6th fret, then to the 4th fret again, and then you slide down one of the 3rd fret, and then you pluck the 4th fret again of the G string. So I'll play that so it's like, then you're on the 2nd fret of the G string and you're doing a hammer on and off till the 4th fret, and then you're sliding down one. So then you play 2nd fret of the G string, 1st fret of the G string. So it's like, and then you play 4, 2, 4 of the D string. Yep. Then you play 4th fret of the A string, 2nd fret of the D string, 4th fret of the D string. So it's like, and then 1st fret of the G string. So it's like, then you pluck the 1st fret of the G string again, and then you do a hammer on and off to the 2nd fret of the G string. So hammer on and off, then you play the 4th fret of the D string. Then you play 1, 2, 4 of the G string, then 2, 1, 2 of the B string. So it's like, then 2, 4 of the B string. So, and then 1, 2, 4 of the G string, and then it's 1, 2 of the B string. So it's like, five times you play that. I like doing a harmonic there, or just mixing it about. As you know by now, you are fully inclined to do what you want here. And then after you play that 5 times, you play 1, and then you play 2 twice. So that's B string again. And then in the next part we'll have the rest of the solo. Hopefully that's all grand, and enjoy.